Hello everyone, and here I am back with my old art. As you can see, it's not a sketchbook this time, just a whole giant pile of paper. I'm still sad that my old comics didn't survive, but at least, hey, I have these. And right off the bat, we have Rena. She's actually a little sister, sort of Hoshi, the little red-winged evil dude that you've seen in my Tansticator animation meme and on my DeviantArt a little bit. Yeah. So, like, Hoshi's a really old OC, and so is Rena, but I haven't drawn her in a while. So she was like a punk elf fairy thing, and I think that's the only drawing I have of her. Yeah. I had a comic with Rena, Hoshi, and several other of my OCs. I think as much as I had done is still up on my Drunk Duck account. That's like a webcomic hosting site. I'll probably leave a link in the description or something. And here's Poison. Her name is Poison. She was also part of the comic. And yeah, she was a bit of a sort of a rival for Hoshi, I think. Something like that. I didn't like her, honestly, and she was there to be disliked, I think. I kind of like her now that I think about it, though. And here's the man himself, Hoshi, or at least that was his original design. He wasn't always the buff dude he is now. He was a bit of an effeminate guy. Hoshi. And he had a lot of stars on his body. He doesn't have it on his shoulder. Like, I know the only certain star was always on his cheek. The other stars were kind of like all about. I wasn't sure where to place them. He originally had like 13 stars on his body, but I think I reduced it to 7 now. Who knows? And here's more Hoshi. Hold on. If he had long hair. This was colored in digitally somewhere. Yeah. And here's more Hoshi in a slightly different style and different haircut, but you can tell it's him because of this star. And guess what? He used to be an incubus. If you don't know what that is, keep your innocence, child. Do not look it up. It's a type of demon, that's all you need to know. He actually his story was, he was like, okay, in that world, he was the legitimate child of the Lord of Hell and some succubus lady, and then he was abandoned and then left in the elf fairy village where Rena's from. Rena's parents didn't have Rena yet, so they adopted him, and then later on they had Rena. And he loves his little sister, but not in a weird way. And then shit happened, and then the whole village kind of got destroyed. Thanks, Hoshi, except for Rena. And yeah, if there's anything redeemable about Hoshi, it's his love for his little sister, like an innocent love. Don't be weird about it. He likes guys. Anywho. This is Hoshi again, if he was a human. I think I referenced the pose and definitely this thing, because that looks a bit too detailed for me to have come up with myself. Like, the rest, I believe that I drew on my own. This part, though, that was most likely referenced. The pose may have been, no, not really. That's a stupid place to put a hand, so probably not. Not really. And hey, a different hairstyle again. I wasn't very consistent. Like in the comic, it was more consistent. And speaking of comic, this was a never finished page of the comic. If you go and read the comic, this is like the next page, and it never got posted. And these are the evil guys that I don't even remember the names of anymore. There you go. Now you know that I never posted the page and it still survives. Next up is... Oh, hey, remember when I said I used to play Fatal Frame? Well, it used to be my favorite thing for a long while. And I drew a lot of fan art for it, I guess. I loved... this game is the reason I love butterflies so much. And there's, I think Yai, Sai, one of the sisters. I don't remember. They all look the same and they're also twins. Doesn't help. But yeah, butterflies. There's a very shredded up one. And that's, if you've played the game, you know what this is. If not, it's a very deep hole. And here's a scene from the game, or how I imagined it to be. And lots of butterflies, and it took me forever to draw every single candle. And then I got so annoyed when I checked again, and they were like all on these little candle holders, like tall ones. I was like, oh man, I messed up so bad, and I can't fix that because this took me forever. Oh hey, backgrounds again. I used to draw backgrounds sometimes. It's amazing. Also, hey, look, I'm not recording like a pleb anymore, but it makes my job harder now. Okay, this is a scene in the game, kind of, when you in a cutscene, you kind of walk up to the village, and then the sister turns around and she's like, the lost village, and the butterflies go whoosh. And yeah, that was meant to be that scene. And the ghosty person. Okay, now this is Sai. I'm pretty sure, because she has the hangy marks and the butterflies, and yeah. I drew her from memory here. That's why her kimono is kind of like off, because I didn't remember how to draw it. And this one I was really proud of, because oh man, did it look good. It still kind of holds up, doesn't it? I mean, looks cool. And hey, that's the moon. You can tell it's a moon even without the colors, I guess. I really like the little butterflies. Oh man, butterflies used to be fun to draw. I should draw some more butterflies. Maybe that's why I like drawing fairies so much. They have like butterfly wings. And moving on from that, here's more of my Gaia avatar. When I started out the game, I had this sort of getup. And the little cocoa kitties. Yeah. I remember Gaia. I miss the people from Gaia. They used to be good peoples. Also, some random girl. I think... No, never mind. It's just some random girl. And some random cyborg girl. Yeah, with the little cyborg arm. Dragons! Yes, I was so proud of this. Like this, I still find this impressive. This mouth. I was so happy with it, and I still am. It's interesting how something can hold up for like 12 years. And more dragon. This time, sort of like a little zombie dragon. Hold on, give me a moment. There we go. And it doesn't have its back legs, and it's all weird and stuff. Yeah. I love dragons. And here's another OC that I had. Look, butterflies! I wonder why. Her arms are actually behind her back. They're not just cut off. It might look like it is, but it's not. It's just behind her back. This, I think, is sort of inspired by that Vincent Valentine. There we go. That's his name from Final Fantasy. He was my favorite. Like, I only saw the one movie. Like, I never got the chance to play Final Fantasy games, and I only saw the Advent Children, which people are in divide about. They say like it's the worst thing, and some people say it's the best thing. So I don't know. I liked it. I didn't know anything about the games or anywho. I liked it. Okay, it's a drawing of me and the Gaia friends, and I'll say this now. Oh, hey, look, that's my icon again. That's me. So like a lot of faces and the poses were quite referenced, like not fully, but I mean you can tell that the styles differ, right? So that was me, that was my brother, that was their gay friendo. I love something Bo. I don't know. This is just all the friendos. Surprisingly, they were all male. Anywho, yeah. So I referenced, and yeah, not really proud of that, but it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. Like, I didn't know a lot of things when I was little. Okay, anywho, moving on. I don't have much time. Like, uploading these, no wait, rendering these things is hard for my computer, so I should move along. Now, this is generic enough to be either an OC or a character from an anime. Which it is, you tell me, because I sure can't. Oh, I was really proud of this one as well. I drew it while listening to this, like, really neat song on a piano. I guess it wasn't a song, it was music. And I was really happy with the way it turned out. I always had trouble with the, what's it called? Well, drawing faces from the side, there we go, let's say that. I had trouble with that, I still do, and I was proud of that one, this one in particular at that time. It doesn't hold up as well as the dragon, though. Speaking of dragons, there's more dragons, and a dragon dude and some skull, and like, this would be really, really cool if it wasn't for that hand thing, fingers. It's so silly, so stupid. I don't know why I added it. And my hand started to shake, I apologize. And some more random arts. Hold on. Feather flower, because there's feathers and she's holding a flower. Ooh. Oh, hey, it's a Chitose. I say a Chitose because I had a lot of OCs named Chitose because I freaking loved the name Chitose and I named everything Chitose, and for a while my username was Yamano Chitose somewhere, and like, yeah, Chitose. It's a good name. I think this was for school or something. I had to draw something. And hey, look at this deer. Look at his long ass legs. That is one messed up deer. I scrapped this. As you can see, it's not finished, so I scrapped this because, yeah, even back then I noticed that the legs were stupid. And now we have an upside down drawing. Yeah, there we go. Here's a guy OC. There was something to him, but I don't remember. I think I used him in a role play with a friend, maybe. Or maybe it was my friend's OC. No, I think he's mine. Anyhow. Why is everything upside down? Oh, hey, it's a comic page that I never uploaded anywhere. Okay, so like this was a story I think made by my friend, but then he kind of sort of ditched the comic and then he asked me to draw, but I never did. This was a work in progress. Anywho, so like the story quickly. So there's this one stupid cat fox dude. I don't remember, cat fox dude, this guy. And then his guardian, this friend dude, and their friend guardian who pays the bills, the girl dude. And they, I think in the comic they told, like, in one page there was like, this guy was like, where do babies come from? And then like she spat a drink on this guy, or vice versa, I don't remember. And then like this is a continuation sort of, like, so they're like talking about, I think telling him where do babies come from, or talking about like how stupid he is, and just like, oh, we should, you know, be more honest with him, yada yada. And then I think they told him that babies come from cabbages or something like that. And so like, okay, so they're having a serious discussion, and meanwhile this guy is strolling around where people are growing cabbages, and there's like, are you looking for babies? Like, and that was the punchline. It was supposed to be funny, but I never finished it. I don't finish a lot of things. Sue me. No, don't. And here's another comic with a completely different cat dude, which is actually, if you guys are familiar with my OC Aki, which probably most of you aren't, this was sort of like the very, very first draft of Aki, but he was also sort of my persona at the time. Like, you know how Mage, purple magic-y lady dude is my persona on the internet now? Well, Aki, this boy character with the evil cookie thing, he used to be my persona for a while, and I think that was supposed to be me. And I don't know what's going on here. I think he's introducing himself or something. But yeah, so for a while on the internet, I was also known as Aki. And then I wasn't. And then I remade him into a proper character quite recently in the last few years. And he's nothing like this anymore. So I guess I didn't remake him. I just made a new OC, named him Aki. And here's a completely different cat dude again. This time it's a tiger. Yeah, I used to, as you can see, I'm now making a lot of boy OCs, lots of girly boy OCs. The shift, the shift is real. And here's a comic with the tiger. I think this was like a comic, like on Smack Jeeves, they used to have like these roleplay groups like they do on DeviantArt. Nowadays, and yeah, this was an application sort of comic thing for my character. He applied to this group, and it was cool. They were all animal people, and yeah. And moving on from that, here's fan art for a show. Well, not so much fan art as a redrawing of a frame from the anime. What was it again? Kyo Karamao, something like that. It had a funny premise, but it's hella long, and I never finished watching it. I liked it a lot the last time I watched. No, wait, the first time I watched it. The second time I tried to watch it, I couldn't finish watching. Oh, hey, it's Kadaj. Speaking of Final Fantasy that I did a few minutes ago. Yeah, so I tried drawing Kadaj as you know, realistically, and it was difficult. And look at those lips. That's so stupid. That nose. That is awful. Honestly, I did such a bad job. I don't know. It's ugly. Let's not look at it. And here's a scene from that film. And where Kadaj dies and Cloud looks up, and I wanted to draw that, but it was really hard to draw it with pencil, but I tried anyway, and how successful I was is up to you. Oh, this was inspired by the anime Deers. Don't look it up, it's a pretty shitty anime, but I blame my friend. Like, back in the day, anime wasn't as accessible as it is now, and I watched a lot of crappy anime thanks to a friend who, I don't know how she got them, but she did, and then she lent me the CDs she got, and among them was the anime Deers, and another anime that I suggest to not look up at all. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say its name, because I don't want people to look it up, because I know people will, even if I tell them not to, and, like, Deers is mildly offensive, but the other one, I would prefer people not to watch it, especially if they're not of legal age. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's not bad. I don't remember, but like, I shouldn't have watched it when I was 13. That's the point. Anywho, that's Chi from Chobits, I think. Yeah, that's definitely Chi, and it's on very, very thin-ass paper. And yeah, I never finished watching Chobits. I think I was a few episodes away from finishing it, and I never did. And here's more. I think that was meant to be Chi, either Chi or Nia, my OC, which look exactly the same without colors. So yeah. And here's fan art for an online comic called Deus Ex Machina. Good luck finding that, because it's a phrase used very much so nowadays. Actually, this was the first time I heard the phrase Deus Ex Machina, so I thought it was a phrase they came up with. But it wasn't, And like when I saw the phrase keep popping up later on in my life, I was like, are they referring to this comic? But no, they weren't. It's an actual expression. But yeah, it was an entry to a fan art contest, and I think the comic went on hiatus afterwards, and I never found out who won. I probably didn't, but still, if I had won, it would have been fun, but I don't know. And that's all. And there we go. That's all the old art I could find here in Lithuania, so no more videos will be made. Thank you for watching, and hope you had fun. Goodbye.